Namo Namaha. In the last episode, we had a discussion about dimensions of listening, Shravanasya Ayamaha. Namo Namaha Acharya.
Namo Namaha.
Uh, so today, are we going to discuss the dimensions of Pathanam?
अद्य विशेषः अस्ति नाम पठनस्य डायमेन्शन्स् पठनस्य आयामान् वयं न चिन्तयामः. It might be there, dimensions might be there, but there is a depth.
There is a depth here. Okay.
So how do you deepen your reading?
Okay.
Pathanam.
So
पठनस्य गभीरता
Gabhirata iti vishayah.
इति विषयः अस्ति.
Not the dimensions. Ayamaha न
न
सन्ति.
सन्ति. अत्र आयामाः भवितुमर्हन्ति, परन्तु ते आयामाः अतीव अभिन्नस्तरे अस्ति. यत्र पठनमिति अतिसामान्यविषयः अस्ति तेषां कृते आयामाः भवितुमर्हन्ति. परन्तु शिक्षणे यदि सोपानानां चिन्तनं कुर्मः चेत् पठनस्य तु गभीरता एव वर्धते क्रमशः. आम्.
So why don't we start our discussion
Yes.
by so what is Pathanam?
बहु सुन्दरः.
Simple question, but
सत्यम्.
it's a good starter.
See, it's a matter of script.
Okay.
So every time, what is script? It is chihnam. It's a sign.
Sign.
Small kids, they start identifying signs, symbols by their mother's face. Their mother is angry, mother is happy. They are identifying, and according to that, they are gazing their situations.
Okay.
So this happens, and this is the start of their, coming across to the symbols.
So that we could call it as a starting point of script learning.
Script learning means understanding symbols.
Understanding symbols. Okay.
So naturally it happens that because of this is there. So this reasoning power is
Symbolism.
it is taking place from 8th month. From 8th month or 7th month itself, child starts identifying, and he knows that who is angry, how. In 9th month it may happen.
Okay.
When they are doing something, they always see our reactions and they gaze what is important. So if we laugh, then they give a nice reaction. If we are scolding them, they do this. So this might happen, and this is the start of understanding, identifying symbolism. And this enters in their life when they want to say something. So many pictures are there around them in the world, and those pictures are caught up in the wood. This understanding for the first time it comes, that this something, the picture is there, and this is called as ocean. This is called as sea. So whatever is picture there is something, some name is there to call it. Then after, if I want to show it to my friend, I'll have to explain something, or I'll have to pull him and show him the ocean.
The actual thing that.
Otherwise, I'll have to draw. So child starts drawing. Then he understands that if I want to say ocean, then my mother reads some word and then says ocean. This is their first experience.
Correct.
That small something scribbled, some sign is there, and by that sign the word is read and some picture is created. So this is first realization, and then they understand that everything what I see that might be brought on the paper in some signs. So that is script. So this understanding of script is first step towards Pathanam. So Pathanam etad eva yad akshara jnanam aksharanam grahanam. तर्हि एषः भारतीयभाषायाम् एतद् ग्रहणं तु ध्वनिना एव भवति. नाम कः ध्वनिः मया अक्षरे गृहीतः, एषः महान् सन्तोषः बालानां लभ्यते. अन्यभाषासु एतद् अक्षरज्ञानं शब्दैः आरभ्यते, अतः समस्या भवति. अस्माकं तु भारतीयभाषाणां, it is their Indian languages are phonically so strong, and Devanagari especially. So specifically sound is caught up in symbol.
In a symbol. So, Aksharatnyanam Pradhanam.
Yes. So this is understood in India itself. It is not understood outside. The words are caught up in the, pictures are caught up in the symbol. So in Japan also they have caught up pictures in the symbols.
Correct.
And then that's where Chitralipi has come, or the script, that type of script
Symbolic
is there.
scripts.
Yes, and then assumption. If more assumptions are there, then A is assumed as A. Then B is assumed as B. So D is assumed as D. So these assumptions are there. So these assumptions are somehow hurdle in brain's understanding. But this doesn't happen with Indian kid, because they understand the sound is caught up in the some chinnam, some symbol.
And whatever is the sound, that is exactly caught up, and that's how it is going to be pronounced.
Yes. And what process happens inside, that is also realized. K sound is there. So as we talk about our chakras, K is also, means all the sounds are there.
Correct.
All the vyanjanas are there. And that experience is also taken.
Okay.
Then what happens in the brain and our cavity, everything is experienced. So when I say kakhaga, everything, its sound is taken into consideration and script is understood. So this is very exclusive. This is exclusivity of Devanagari, which we cannot identify anywhere else. So that's why Devanagari is very, very important while in reading Pathanam. So,
awesome.
yes.
So this captures the essence of word Pathanam.
Yes.
So now so since there are no dimensions in Pathanam, is there a logical process, prakriya asti va tatra?
वस्तुतः कथम् अस्ति, वया अस्माकं लौकिकभाषायां पठनं नाम किमपि स्तोत्रपठनं, किमपि अथवा स्मरणम् अथवा कण्ठपाठः, एवं किमपि चिन्तयन्ति. संस्कृतेन तु पठनं नाम रीडिङ्ग्, पठनं नाम वाचनम्, अक्षरज्ञानम्, अक्षरात् शब्दज्ञानं, शब्दात् वाक्यज्ञानं, पठनम् इति रीडिङ्ग्. तर्हि reading, how that happens, because there what process happens is, at a time what experience is converted on the paper. So this process is there. So there are no dimensions, there are steps, there are very, very logical steps, where are tatra ekah kramah asti, ekena vina anyat na ghatati. एकः विशिष्टः क्रमः अस्ति तत्र. तर्हि तस्य क्रमस्य चिन्तनम् अत्र अधिकम् आवश्यकं. While dimensions are discussed in our sambhashanam, there what happens in all the dimensions at a time the operations are going on. But here it is a specific stepwise, it's a sequential process. So that's why we cannot say that here the dimensions will discuss of. No, we are supposed to understand that depth of reading. Yes.
So as far as the process where there is a sequence, is there a difference between how that process operates within a child versus how it operates in the adults?
Yes. Okay. There is definite difference because what child assimilates on the paper, his life is very limited. His experiences are according to his life around, and what he remembers, that is also related. So that a small world is taken into consideration when the reading is preferred. We'll see the sequence of this prakriya, process of what happens while reading. So first of all, that grahanam is taken into consideration, that this is one symbol which is telling me something. This is general grahanam. Then akalanam, that this is cognition, where I am understanding what is meant for. Means for that alphabet is what it is meant for. That itself is understanding. That is called as cognition. Means k sound is said, then k itself is I am reading k, then k sound is identified. This is akalanam. Only grahanam is only symbols are there, that grahanam might be there, and now I want to pay attention. Then k is read, then k sound is understood, then that is akalanam. Then if K is there, if it is confused, then Akalanam is not clear. Cognition is not clear. So this cognition is developed gradually. That what is there for D, then what is there for the. So this Akanksha is most important, because child should understand that if I have sound, I have some symbol for K, then I should have symbol for D also. I should have symbol for Z also. Then what should I do? So this this is so spontaneous. So they start searching. So this searching should come there in their life. So that searching comes in their life, and then they start reading. So this is different with elderly people. Their this kramaha is well developed, and their reading is totally different with all the next steps. Those steps are, akalanam, dharanam, and dhritihi. Dharanam is that kamalam asti. Then you know the kamalam, your visuals are clear, and asti, when you say asti, you're not forgetting kamalam at the time of saying asti. So so this dharanam is there. So kamalam asti. So kim asti iti na vismarati mastishkam. So it might be with very big sentences also. That previous one is not forgotten. That's why this is taken. So the kamalam asti, at the time of reading asti, kamalam is remembered. So it comes over there. So this is explained in Spota Siddhanta in our Shastras. That what is remembered at the time, by that the Spota happens, means the meaning is understood. That we have discussed in some other video, I think. So here this dharanam is there. That then dhrutihi is dependent on your medha. That which logic you have applied in the beginning, you are not changing it. Kamalam asti, you are saying, while reading asti, you are not craving for kim karoti. Suddenly, kamalam kim karoti. So suddenly, if you started remembering kamalam kim karoti. So first understand kamalam asti. So that that dhritihi. That sanyama, that control on your asking, that comes through dhriti. Yes. So otherwise, your brain is so fast, you keep asking and you leave the stresses. And only questioning becomes your, thinking. So constantly questioning is not your thinking. You should remember some answers which you have got previously. You should link them up. In fraction of seconds this happens, but we need to give time. That is that capacity of giving time for this and remembering that is called as dhriti. Yes. So that dhriti is taken, and then after kalpana comes up. So kalpana is what? If I remember, if I have seen Suvarnam and I have seen Parvatam, then I can say Suvarna Parvatam. So this is called as kalpana. So if I have sound and I say ka, then I am saying kamalam. Then I have ma sound, then I have ma. Then I have picture of kamalam, then I have kamalam, the word. So this goes on with that specific link in between, where they can imagine. I have seen Kamalam, I have seen Sarovara, so Sarovara Kamalam. Then words are coming together, and I am thinking that Kamalam is in Sarovaram. So that visuals are coming, those visuals are coming. So then I can get Akanksha, where does Kamal grows? Then in Sarovara. So this parallel, imagination goes on while reading. Otherwise, you will lose your interest if your Kalpana is not there. So that Kalpana is most important. So after this Kalpana, then comes Uha Poha, that is analysis.
So this is the sixth in the sequence.
Yes. Okay. So this is the process. This is one by one this happens. Till you don't do the Kalpana, Uha Poha cannot take place.
Uha Poha, do you want to clarify the word?
Yes. Uha Poha is, for example, if you are reading that mother goes in the market, or mother goes in the market, you're reading the sentence. Then you're supposed to understand what is market. You're supposed to recollect it. Then mother goes to market, means what he understands that she will walk, she'll take some bag, or she'll all these are references are taken for granted and brought up by previous experience.
That's true.
Previous experience, how she goes to market, and then after when she goes to market, she closed the door. I'm inside. So that is it, and then he starts crying.
Okay.
So this reading, while reading itself, this thinking goes on. That is called as uha. That's analysis is done, and then the meaning is understood. So this what meaning is understood from first sentence, that is carried forward to next sentence, then next sentence, then next, and then story is understood. So reading becomes meaningful because of uha. Yes.
So just to summarize the sequence.
Yes.
Grahanam.
Yes.
Akalanam.
Yes.
Anantaram dharana.
Dharanam. And
Dhriti. Kalpana
and
Uha.
So
I just want to bring us back to one point, maybe a little bit more clarification would help is.
Yes.
So now we know the sequence. We did talk about how this process operates different in children versus how it operates different in adults.
Yes.
Would you like to give maybe some examples which would help us understand that this is how it's different in children versus this is how it's different in...
Actually, for adults, inference comes.
Okay.
For adults, they go for their logic, what experience they have got. They will not go randomly with the experiences. Otherwise, child can think that when mother scolds me, at that time she drinks coffee. They may think
like
that every day in the evening mother is asking something, and if she scolds at the time, so she takes coffee, that's why she scolds. So it might happen with them, but this doesn't happen with elderly people, because they are grown up and their tarka is refined, and their experiences,
their memory bank is so much.
Yes, and their paridhi is also wide. That circumference. So their total life is reflected in their reading, and what do they understand through reading. So their life experience is most important. So this process is totally with the inference, and for children it doesn't go with perfect inference. It goes by the gazing.
Yes. Now I want to move to a slightly different topic. If I remember my school days,
yes,
the way I had my education, yes, Pathanam was part of, reading was part of the education, but first I was taught how to write. So Sopana, the sequence is Pathanam Prathamam Agachati, Anantaram Lekhanam. But in my school days, I did writing, and then maybe I started reading. So, how do you see this dilemma, or how this?
This itself is most dangerous thing which we are doing with the kids. That we force them to write without their akanksha, without their intention to learn.
Akanksha, without their intention to learn. Let me just grab. Okay.
Yes. For example, if they are identifying ka, immediately they are forced to write the ka.
Correct. That's how it was.
Why to write? Let them read first. They start reading first, and then they, when they feel like I should write to say this to my teacher, this should happen with them once in a while. Then they start writing. So they get some reasoning behind their writing. Why should they write? Because everything I am unable to explain. See, in these days in education, teacher is not present there. That's why whatever you have understood, you are supposed to write, and then after teacher will see.
Yes. So, this is what exactly happened.
This was not there for ancient Indian times. So there the teacher was in front, and how the kid is reading. It was observed in front itself how much he is reading, and he used to pronounce it, and then read big paragraphs, and then paragraphs are read in front of teacher, so teacher is identifying, and he is understanding what he is reading. So this time is not given. So that's why the copies are given, provided, and students complete that, and then it is given to the teacher to check out. So this process has brought Lekhanam earlier with Pathanam.
Yes, that's how it was. That's what we're continuing right now.
So that's why enough Akanksha is not developed. It's not nourished.
So this concept of Akanksha that you are, I think I understand, but the English word that comes to my mind is curiosity.
Yes.
Is that right?
No, actually, what is that? I said intentions to do. That I caught for Akanksha, but curiosity may not be used for Akanksha, because curiosity might be without reason itself. But Akanksha is always with reason. Kankshati.
Kankshati.
Akanksha, amulam kankshati.
Amulam kankshati iti akanksha.
So it is desperately ichchati. Desperately desires. This is not there. Amulam kankshati, because he knows why he wants that. He has definite reason to know that. In curiosity, there is no reason at all. In curiosity is for curiosity. I want to know. What do I want to do with that? I don't know. So that is curiosity. So people may stretch that curiosity itself is Akanksha, but it is not. So Akanksha has definite reasoning, and child has that reasoning. I want to explain what I saw there. That's why I'm writing. So this Akanksha is complete with the child.
And coming back to the point of changing the sequence between the writing and the reading.
Yes.
If you have writing being taught to children before the reading, it destroys the Akanksha.
Yes, it totally disturbs Akanksha, and without Akanksha, they are practicing some processes they are practicing to write, and it is told that this is protocolistic, that you are supposed to do this, that's why do this, finished, then after you will get the benefits. So this is only for 20% in our Shastras, in our ancient education. Okay. This is only for 25% that being protocolistic. That this is told, that's why you do it. No. Everywhere Akanksha is created and Akanksha is maintained. This was broken up in medieval period where Sanskrit was not spoken. That's why Paniniya Sutrani were Kantastikaranam was by heart. They started by hearting Sutrani, and then Akanksha was not there. It was very late. Means then after. So they were just supposed to mug it up without reasoning. This was not true with Vedas also. In Veda Pathanam also, without asking question, you were not there. There were Nighantus were there to nourish you, to know about the concepts which are discussed here, and why should I say Vedic mantras. This was also explained, and vibrations were experienced. So this came up when this Akanksha was expired, and then for protocolistic ways, just for Rakshanam, people started this. So this was our bad luck, that in medieval period we were in very bad conditions we were living, and we just survived and protected our knowledge bank. So that is done. I appreciate those people who have done that. So I don't blame them. But that
was needed at that time.
It was needed at the time, but now it is our responsibility to find out what was original.
Yeah, I was going to say, now we are a free country. So it is our main responsibility to go through the sequence that is actually logically set up.
Yes, that's what we are doing. That Shravanam, Bhashanam, Pathanam, Lekhanam. In all the sequences, Pathanam is done first perfectly, and then Lekhanam is introduced. So we should be very, very late to introduce Lekhanam.
Bahu Sundaram. So now that we have discussed the definition of Pathanam,
yes,
the process of reading,
yes,
you had said that there is a depth, there are no dimensions.
Yes.
So how do we go about this depth in reading? How do we explore that depth?
Yes. In depth, you first some capacity is achieved.
Okay.
Then some capacity is achieved. Then some capacity is achieved.
Okay.
So previous capacity is also carried forward.
Okay.
So this is what that first of all, what happens with this abhijnanam?
Abhijnanam.
Abhijnanam, identification of symbols, identification of lipi, or identification of script. So it goes on. So you start identifying sounds.
Yeah, Abhijnanam.
Yes. Then all the sounds are identified, and gradually word is identified. So words and sounds, they go together because language is spoken. So when it is expressed, then it is read. So sounds are identified first, and then after words are identified. So that's why I could read Kamalam, I could read. So gradually word identification takes place, and then after, in second step, child reads sentence and second sentence and understands Vakyantaram.
Understand Vakyantaram.
For example, each letter is read and then word is read. Then words are read, then sentence is read. Then sentence to sentence both are read, and then in between meaning is told.
Oh, okay. Vakyantaram.
Vakyantaram. This is second step, where we see that this gap is filled up in your mind. Anyhow, it is changed. However it is filled up, you go further, then it is filled up by visuals. By visuals, it is filled up.
So this is something like reading between the lines?
Between the lines,
not really.
Gazing.
Okay.
For example, kakasya bahu trusha asti, kakaha jalam anvishati. So immediately what comes to our mind is nowhere water is not there. So we get some
barren
land, and we visualize immediately hot summer day and barren land is coming in our visuals. So this is between the line. So kakah trushartah asti, jalam nasti, kutrapi jalam nasti, atra gachati atatra gachati. So this reading, there what visuals are coming in between, those are, Vakyantar. So those are filled up again and again. Those are corrected. Ekatra gachati tatra ghataha asti. So if filled up ghataha is kept outside, then that is not totally barren land, or that is not very
correct.
hot day.
Yeah.
So ghataha is there, and water is there. So water is very less. Then again barren lands come. Land come. Water is very less. Then again the visuals are changed. So again water is very less. Then kaka punah trushartah asti. Again. So now this, as you go reading, these visuals keep changing.
Yes.
And these gaps are filled up.
So with each new sentence, the visuals are changing. That is what the in-between step you are explaining.
Correct. So this is the second step, where you start reading with your own visuals. And so that is going parallelly. And then after third step comes, you read first word. You analyze it. At the time, you read next three words.
Oh, okay.
Udaharanartham, aham pathami, balakaha shalam gacchati. I'll say, balakaha, at the time shalam gacchati is read in my mind.
In your mind.
You must have, means as elderly people, we have this
experience, but never realized it to the point that you are explaining.
Correct. So what this is done, this is fourth step, where this is done. Otherwise, students are with the word itself, where they are thinking. They are thinking about only one word. They will not read next word, and they will not take that reference for thinking about this word. This process is fourth step. And this starts happening with the sentences then after. So you read one sentence, then next sentence is read first itself while you are reading this. Then that's why people are so expert in reading. They keep reading next sentence and they pronounce first sentence. Whatever they have read. They have read, they read it as a unit. Yes, entire unit. They read the sentence and they pronounce it, that sentence, till that next sentence is read. Then they pronounce that sentence till that next sentence is read. That's why they can do acting, Natya Vachanam. So all the, in drama, they know what is the bhava, what is the emotion is there in this sentence because they have read further.
They have already read further.
Yes. So if you give expert actor is there and if you give him for the first time itself, he doesn't know the script. Still he understands and reads by that bhava. So this capacity has come because of this dhruti and uhapoha which happens, and the speed of reading when simultaneously you are reading next sentence and imagining and doing uhapoha about first sentence. So you are acting for first sentence and you are reading next, then reading next. So this might happen with paragraphs also. So you are reading one paragraph, till that you have gone further, 3 sentences further, and you know what is there.
So it starts with the words, but as you gradually go to the next taraha, it
percolates in sentences also, in paragraphs also, which happened with Vivekananda. As he used to gaze out, he used to do uhapoha so fast that he used to read just first line, he used to gaze next 4 lines, and immediately 5th line he used to gaze. Only first and last sentence is read, he has read. So this was
yes, it did happen.
Yes. So this is physical brain's capacity. We might say he might have antarjnanam, but we cannot jump to antarjnanam directly. This is a physical brain's capacity, that how fast do you do the uhapoha. So all these, all these steps are at a time operating. All these steps which we say akalanam, grahanam, dharanam, dhrutihi, kalpana, uhapoha, all these are at a time they are operating
in sequence,
and we are going deeper and deeper.
Okay.
So that's why reading has a depth. Yes. So then 5th level comes. There we get adhikara of uhapoha.
Adhikara of uhapoha.
There we get right to superimpose our tarka.
Wow. Okay.
Superimpose. We are superimposing whatever is written. We are just reading it in a gist, and what we know, we have done the inference very fast. We are superimposing on it.
Our
and
inference on it.
Yes, and immediately we have grasped. So we are doing it very, very fast. And this happens in Paniniya Sutrani, where first sutra is read, and whatever sutra is read, you see immediately previous 4-5 sutras, or you remember previous reference by that word, previous reference, and immediately meaning is stretched out. So this happens, and this is the capacity which is meant by Panini, that you are supposed to become like software, where your brain is operating by this capacity. That's why they have given Anuvrutti, Mandukavrutti, everything is there. And there, this Dharana, Dhruti, Kalpana, Uhapoha, everything comes at a time, and all the sutras are helping you. So if you are doing some task, all the sutras will come to help you. So you will understand Nisheda also, you will understand help also, you will understand the punctuations also. Everything is there to help you. So this type of machinery is created in our Paniniya Vyakarana, and this is expected in all the Shastras itself. That's why sutras are important. So this reading capacity, there the superimposition, this capacity is there, there the adhikara comes. So this is the 5th deep, level.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So are there any further? I guess there might be further steps.
Yes. But it, I think it is too much to talk about our rishis. So, so let's not talk about them. We have understood till Panini. He was also a Maharshi. So Panini Maharshi, till that we have understood that what step was there, and now I think that is enough for now. Otherwise, we can go more deep till Antargyanam, how it goes, deepens the reading.
Okay, one, I guess, last question I have is, see, when I see staraha, you use the word staraha.
Staraha,
levels.
Yes.
So when I think about the levels, my logical thinking says, okay, I am at this level, I want to move to the next level, I want to move to the next level and the next level. So you are here talking about the depth.
Yes.
But in my logical mind, it comes as a height.
Yes.
So how do I reconcile this?
So first, most important thing is that when you climb, at the time you are supposed to leave the first step and then you are climbing.
That's yes.
So you're leaving the previous process and then you're developing yourself. So this process is not happening in going deep. In going deep, you are with all your
baggage.
All your baggage. You means whatever you have taken the first step, you are not leaving that step anytime. You are going with that experience. You are supposed to remember that experience totally. You are supposed to go with that, accumulate that with other experience, then other. So as a totality, you go deep. That's why it becomes deep. That's why this is called as Gabhirata. Where you are not leaving first experience. While climbing, you will not leave, but it's not needed to remember how it was looking from 2 feet, how the ant was looking. Then on from 10 feet, how the ant is looking. How you can't see ant now. So you're just remembering it for reference. So you don't need it. But in Gabhirata, you need first brand new experience always to go deep. So this is difference between height and Gabhirata. And as we go deep, we have experience in totality.
Right, but my logical mind tells me that that's how the achievements are, right?
Yes.
You achieve this level, then move on to the next level, and that's how. I mean, we can talk about the education, current education system and achievements.
You are not supposed to leave first previous experience. As you have loved your mother, if you remember that love, you can love your wife.
Oh wow!
By that depth.
That's profound.
If you forget your mother's love, how will you love your wife?
Oh my God!
So this is our life. This is our life should be deepened.
That is our what life you mean deep. By depth.
Yes. So depth. What our life gives us depth. No?
Definitely.
Yes. It won't go by achievements, leaving previous one. So if you go by that way, then that's why psychologically disturbed people we come across.
Beautifully explained.
Yes.
Very beautifully explained. I think
so this was all about reading.
Reading, yes.
Pathanam.
Patanasya Gabhirata. Depth of reading.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic. This concludes our this episode. Thank you very much. Bahu dhanyavadaha. If you like our videos, please press the like button, subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. See you next time.